What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Hope 70 Let's Talk. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. It has been a morning. Anyway, good morning, good day, good night, whenever you're seeing this. So I wanted to just talk a little bit about what's been going on in life a little bit. As you guys know, or for whoever's been following me, I have been photographing down at MIR, which is the Maryland International Racetrack in Budds Creek, Maryland, down in Mechanicsville, I think it is. And I have been having the best time of my life down there. I obviously give all the glory to God for this opportunity and His blessings. Without Him, nothing's possible. But I also give a major shout out to Rebecca for giving me this opportunity. This has been a beautiful experience, and it's such a huge blessing. I've met the most amazing people on this planet. I've definitely gained a lot more, followers and friends and whatnot, and definitely have gained more knowledge, and I've been, have experienced quite a bit, and it just makes me grow as a person, and as a photographer. It's helped me grow spiritually, mentally, emotionally, everything, and I'm incredibly grateful for this opportunity. For those of you, who want to see the photos that I've taken, just go to my website. It is hope70photographer.com. Just go to my website and click on the Turning Visions into Masterpieces tab. It'll take you down to that section, and just scroll all the way down to the bottom of that section. You'll see the albums I have. You'll be able to tell the racing pictures. They're also labeled too for racing, but just click on the photo, enter your email address, and enjoy the photos. I am going to try to start taking some video footage while I'm down there too. For me, it's a little bit different to do the photos plus the video, for the racetrack. It's for me, I'm used to doing the photos and videos for the sports that I photograph, like the football stuff like that and basketball. Because I can easily, go back and forth, and it's the same game, yes, obviously different moves and stuff like that, but same game, same people, for a couple hours, and I can go back and forth, and it's very easy for me to capture what I need to catch. However, racing is completely different because it's not the same, not the same people, cars, all kind of stuff. So it's a little bit different. But yeah, I'm going to try to do some video this weekend as well. This weekend I will be, my family and I will be at MIR again, photographing Saturday. My schedule for the summer was to photograph the La Plata Town concerts on Friday night, and then go to MIR Saturdays, sometimes Sundays, whatnot. But life hasn't really gone in that direction. So I haven't really been able to make it to the La Plata Town concert, which does kind of suck. But life is taking me where it's taking me. No complaints though, because I'm very, very, very thankful. I do miss being at the La Plata Town concerts. I will say that, because I love, the town of La Plata and the people there and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, things have been changing and whatnot, and I've not been able to get over there as I wanted to. I'm hoping to make it there this Friday, but there's 4 different events going on Friday that I wanted to cover. So we'll see what happens, because it's not just, me trying to figure out stuff. I have to kind of go along and kind of fit in with my husband's schedule as well, and he's got a tremendous amount going on as well. And then we both have to prepare for Saturday, because we're going to be at the track all day Saturday. Well, he's got his crabbing to do, I think, in the morning, and then we're going to be going to the racetrack after that. But anyway, major shout out to everybody at MIR, especially Rebecca, because they, for those, well, whether you know MIR or not, it is definitely a beautiful team to be a part of. Everybody has welcomed myself and my husband and our family into the team beautifully. I've met a lot of phenomenal photographers. Daryl and AJ, for 2, they're phenomenal photographers. And I think it feels like every time I go down there now, I'm meeting even more photographers, and getting connected with them and whatnot. So it's a beautiful thing. I love it when, especially in the photography community and especially in the sports community, photographers can bond and connect and grow with each other and learn from each other and support each other and stuff like that. I love that. And I've definitely had some connections with the photographers down there. So that's been an amazing experience. Um, and just like the MR team in general, they're a phenomenal team, to be a part of and to know. So it's been a huge blessing, huge blessing, and a lot of fun. It's been so much fun being down there. Um, but yeah, so I have been there every Saturday for I think like the last 3 weeks. I'll be there again this Saturday photographing. So if y'all see me out there, um, well, when I'm in the pit, I don't really focus on anything but what's going on in that pit because it's so much going on and it's no room for any uh-ohs or anything like that. So when I'm in the pit, I'm literally just focusing on what is going on around me. I'm not worried about the outside world. Um, but when I'm on the sidelines and whatnot, um, you know, if you see me, come say hi. I love to meet, those that are down there, racers and other photographers or fans or whatever the case may be. So I have had a few people, which is awesome, honestly. I've had a few people come up to me on the outside of the track. Well, still at the racetrack, just on not on the actual track itself, but like out and about with the food trucks and all that kind of stuff. I've had a few people come up to me and, like, hey, I saw you out there. You're doing an awesome job, and blah 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 blah, and whatnot. So I mean, if you see me like out and about, please stop and say hi. We can even grab a quick selfie too. I love selfies. So yeah, but when I'm in the pit though, I'm 100% focused on what I got to do out there because it's very closed in area, a lot of stuff going on, and I just need to be 100% on my game there. Um, but yeah, so if y'all see me out there, please say hi. And if anybody, while you're there, I mean, obviously, I already know I'm not the center of attention, and no one is there for me. I know that, and I don't expect anybody to be like, oh, hey, I'm going there to take. I get that. But what I'm asking is if while you're there, if you just happen to catch, um, if you happen to take a video or take a photo, whatnot, in it somehow, some way, um, if you don't mind, like screenshotting it or whatever the case may be, and DMing it to me or email it to me, like I would love it. I love behind the scenes pictures, especially the candid ones. And like I've shared a few on my well, I've shared a few on my website because I do have an album for that on my website. But I've been sharing it on my Facebook and my Instagram. And for those who send me BTS pictures of me working and whatnot, or me mingling, or me doing whatever, like whether I'm with my husband or with a kid, or photographing, or whatever the case may be, I'll share it. As long as it's an appropriate picture. I'll share it to my socials and I'll tag you. And if like you're a part of like a business or whatever that's also there sponsoring another car, I'll tag that and give you guys a shout out along with my BTS picture. I just think it's cool. So yeah, keep that in mind. If you see me out there and if you just happen to, grab a photo or a video and I just happen to be in it, just send it to me and I'll share it and I'll give you a shout out on that. Um, Anyway, moving forward with other things, I will be photographing there this Saturday, and I will be there for other future events as well. So I am beyond blessed and grateful for this opportunity because it is quite frankly a huge dream come true of mine. Um, and Me photographing at MIR is also slowly leading to other life experiences and journeys and blessings. I will talk about that when they start happening because there are things um, that are coming to us that are in the works of other projects coming up. Um, and so when those projects actually start taking place, um, I will tell more about that then. But none of this would be possible without the blessings of being able to photograph at MIR, and none of it would have been possible, without Rebecca giving me the opportunity to do all this. So beyond grateful for her and MIR. We also, just a quick, shout out to all the racers. It's a blast, no pun intended, watching you guys, get out there and do your cars and your dragsters and all that kind of stuff and get out there and race and everything. It's a lot of fun. I've seen lots and lots of races on TV. And I mean, I've been at MIR before too, so it's not like it's my first time going to MIR, but it's just like being on the actual track and being that up close and personal and meeting and greeting everybody. Whereas years ago when I went to MIR, years and years ago with my husband and with other friends, I wasn't there as a photographer. I was just there hanging out and having fun and all that kind of stuff. So this time coming around, it's a whole different experience and it's a lot of fun. And it's just watching the racers get out there and do their thing. It's incredible. Definitely scary at times because we've seen a few accidents and they are terrifying. But but minus the accidents, photographing and watching the racing stuff like that, it is a lot of fun. Definitely way more fun than watching on TV, which is where we've normally been watching them. But yeah, so it's an incredible experience. And this weekend, I'm actually going to be photographing. I'm gonna try to force myself to photograph the more intimate shots, like the details and stuff like that of the racers. Those of you who I photographed before, and those of you who have followed me, that I'm all about like the full photo and the full picture, but I'm also about the details and intimacies and all that kind of stuff, and, like the little things about what's going on. But I haven't really photographed too many of those intimate, personal, close-up, details since I started photographing for the racetrack. I did capture a couple of them. I think Saturday I was able to get some up-close shots of like the drivers with their window down in their cars just before they rolled their windows up and they went out there, stuff like that. So basically some like that, the racers' headshots while they're in their cars, stuff like that. I've been able to grab some of those. But I did ask on Facebook, if because I'm new to the racing community, especially as a photographer. And so I asked on Facebook, what do the racers, like, what do y'all, like to see, like moments captured and stuff like that? Like what photos, do you want your photographers to capture, and what photos, would mean a lot to you to see later on? And I got a really good response. So that was really good feedback. So now I do have a list of some of the final details that I hope to capture this Saturday. I am going to try to focus not just on the big picture itself, like the full frame and all that kind of stuff, but I'm going to try my very best to also focus on the fine details, like the intimate details of like the racers and, stuff like that. So we'll see how that goes. So stay tuned for that. And I'm hoping to be able to do some video as well, because I definitely want to add video to these episodes, because I'm sure some of y'all are like, don't want to just hear me talking about things. You want to see some of the action shots or the action videos as well. So yeah. And I'm also learning too, because, I've been watching other sports podcasts as well. And, obviously they've got, the talking, but they also have footages and stuff like that from the races they're talking about. And I've done that in the past with other things I photographed, and then talking about in the podcast. But I'm going to start adding in video content from the races as well. So please stay tuned for that. But yeah, also if there's anything sports-wise that you want me to talk about on this, or certain photos that you would love to see, me capture, whatnot, just DM me. If you're watching this on YouTube, just, comment or DM on the YouTube channel, or the video. Same thing with Facebook, Instagram, however you've seen this video. If there's certain topics you want me to talk about, or, pictures and stuff that you want me to try to catch, just of racers in general, of yourself, if I'm going to be photographing you at MIR, you feel free to just DM me or comment, let me know, hey, can you capture this or can you capture that or whatever, or talk about this or talk about that, or add in this or add in that. Um, any kind of details and suggestions, pretty much welcome. Just keeping them appropriate and clean. Other than that, if there's any racers out there that want to join my podcast, I want to come on and do an episode with me, that would be fantastic too. I'm actually going to start talking to some of the female racers, um, because like I know sports is just a male dominated thing to begin with, and but especially like, well, I would say especially, but like in all, I think all sports, sports in general is like a male dominated thing. But I obviously have noticed too that with racing, it's definitely a male dominated sport as well. But I've definitely seen a lot of female racers, and I've been trying to connect, with the female racers more so than the men. Love the men; they're great, they're phenomenal, they're inspiring as well. They're badasses too. But I like to kind of focus on the ladies because there are just not that many of them. At least in my experience thus far, it's definitely a lot more guys than girls. So, and I'm all into the female power and badass, the badass girls and just female empowerment and all that kind of stuff. Just maybe in a film on myself, but also with us having a daughter. Just to have the female inspiration, the female empowerment, encouragement in such a heavy and talented field. It's amazing. So anytime I can get connected and meet and photograph a female racer, I'm going to be there. And so, but yeah, I think it's amazing. So I am trying to connect with other female racers, and get them on my podcast as well, and kind of, you know, expand on everything that I'm doing here. Um, so if you're watching this, if you're a female racer, even if you don't race at Butts Creek, if you have any suggestions on photos you want me to take, or if you want to be on my podcast, please let me know. You can either comment below or DM me, or you could email me. My podcast email is hope70 let's talk at gmail.com. So yeah, yeah. That's pretty much it for this one. I know it's kind of long, sorry. But I wanted to get some information out there and some thank yous and stuff out there. But yeah, as always, I will be covering everybody in prayer for this weekend. I'll do that in another little episode. But yeah, to everyone who this far who has connected with me and bonded with me, and supported me and encouraged me and been there for me and whatnot and supported me. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you guys so much. And this is definitely, an amazing community to be a part of. So my husband and I are very, very grateful. So is our kids. They're extremely grateful, and we're loving this journey for sure. So thank you guys so much. But yeah, thanks for tuning in to Hope 70 Let's Talk, and I'll see you in my next one. Love you guys. Ah.